What's good, guys? Cam here. And today, I'm going to give you guys 5 things that music artists should be doing. But before we get into that topic, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on my social media pages, and join my email list. And without further ado, let's begin. Number 1, learn to record yourself. This is one advice I especially want you artists to take. The reason for this is because you can understand yourself better as an artist, so you can develop better. A lot of you guys don't know mic techniques or even understand your own flow. Have you ever been to a studio in the past where you wrote a song previously, laid it down in the studio, but it didn't came out how you wanted? I ran into the same problem too when I first got started. I also work with a couple studios, and one of the engineers, he refuses to work with any artist who hasn't found their sound yet. Even to the point where if you come in the studio and he realizes that you don't know what you're doing, he will give you your money back because he doesn't want to go through that development. Even when I just started doing music, I was so confused about my flow. And back then, I hated my voice, and I was like, yo, is this even good enough? Am I even ready? But the truth is, you're supposed to develop, and the way I solve it, you basically gotta buy the recording equipment on your own. You can either start off with an expensive mic or something, but you need to start practicing how to record. Work on your songwriting, practice or record as much drafts as you can. Change the tone of your voice when you start spitting a verse. Change your lyrics if it doesn't flow properly. And with repetition, you'll eventually get better. There's this famous Bruce Lee quote. I'm probably gonna paraphrase it, but it goes like, I fear not a man who mastered 1,000 different techniques, but I fear the guy who mastered one kick 1,000 times. And even if you don't plan on engineering your music, as long as you can create a good take, you will always be able to send it over to an engineer. Keep that in mind, guys. Number 2 is learn to advertise. Now, there are 2 ways to do this. You can either do it for free or save a budget. You can do the 180 strategy to gain new followers on Instagram. You can also network with people on your social media. I recently decided to learn how to run Google ads and Facebook ads properly. I've been doing this for trial and error for all these years, and I came to the conclusion that I don't know what I'm doing, unfortunately. Did you know that in order to compete with a celebrity, you need to spend a minimum of $3,000 for 3 months? Think about that. This is why I started from scratch on how to market myself. Marketing is the most important part of your music. Whatever you spend on music, double it when it comes to marketing. I'm currently learning how to run ads on Udemy, which are really affordable. If you don't have the budget to hire someone right now, you might as well learn to do it yourself, right? Number 3, learn about the music business. This to me is important as marketing. The problem with a lot of you artists is that they don't understand how the business works, which causes them to sign bad contract deals. There's literally a trend right now of famous musicians realizing that they gotten screwed over by record labels, managers, business partners, and even more, where those people made millions of dollars of their music while they receive the scraps, or none at all. I couldn't tell you the amount of artists and producers that are in my catalog of music and they're not getting paid only because I've tried to inquire them about it and they didn't get back to me, or they didn't understand what I was talking about at all. Split sheets are important because that's how you get paid. For example, if I wrote a song and you wrote a song with me and the producer made the beat, all 3 of us are supposed to get paid. So if for some reason you don't understand your IPIs or you don't understand PROs, you're basically screwing yourself out of money. You need to be able to negotiate deals. You need to be able to negotiate the splits of the songs. I couldn't tell you the amount of features I rejected because the artists either don't know how to compensate other artists or think that you should write for free, and without anything in return while they keep all the royalties. If you learn about the music business, I definitely recommend that you get All You Need to Know About the Music Business book by David Passman. It's a great book and I recommend it to everyone, and it's a book I always go back to every time. Number 4, learn to network. Yo, check out my tracks. Collab, 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 collab. If you have done any of these, then you need to stop right now. Because not only people won't take you seriously, especially if they don't know you, they'll flat out ignore you. But when you send these messages to people who are in a higher position than you, all it tells that person is that you're trying to use them. Learn to approach someone properly. In the social media world, be professional. Ask them how you're doing, build an actual connection. Keep in touch with people. Eventually they'll show love. The amount of people I'm friends with, but I'm still scared to ask them for a feature, it's so crazy because I don't want to risk losing a connection with them. Because I feel like I'll be asking too early, even when it's clear that we have a decent relationship. And number 5 is to simply just be yourself. Ever since I started working on music, there's this one trend that happens every time a new artist blows up, which is the underground artist will change their flow to match the new wave, and then do it again when the next artist blows up. Being inspired by an artist is one thing, but to become them is another. This is not authentic and fans will see through this really quickly. So you need to be honest with yourself and stop biting other artists and create your own wave. And before you complain, let me ask you this, because I've seen this so many times. Look at Lil B. And before I get this out of the way, this is no offense to the artist I'm about to call. This is just an observation. So look at Lil B. And look at the artists who copied them, like Ocean Gang. What happened to them now? Look at Dennis, who sounds completely like Eminem. Where is he? Look at Future, and look at Designer. When he blew up, where's Designer now? And with that being said, this is the end of the video. So, I got a question for you guys. What do you think that an artist need to learn in the music industry? Feel free to answer that in the comments below. And with that being said, time to make more music. See you awesome, everyone. Peace.
Can't even talk to my fam, they're committed to misunderstand me. The world is my enemy, 2 options is left for me. Either hero or villainy, either I lay on my back or I die on my feet. I just wish I could choose something in between. Always in misery, with no one to comfort me. My heart got an injury, living on earth feels like purgatory. Praying but I don't think you are hearing me. God, what you want from me?